Hi Aries, welcome to your September 2017 Astro Tarot forecast. My name is Charlotte from Astrology.com, and this month we are clearing out all of the energy of the eclipse that took place on August the 21st in the sign of Leo that lit up your 5th house of children and romance. So this month is really about all of the energy coming forward, because on September the 1st, Mercury retrograde crosses that eclipse degree, and this is really going to help you to backtrack and rehash conversations related to children, related to your romantic relationships. And on September the 4th, Mars crosses the eclipse degree, and this is really going to push forward all of this energy. So you're really going to be wanting to make headway in matters regarding children. You're going to be wanting to make headway in matters regarding creativity, creative projects, and even romantic relationships there. September the 6th brings a full moon in Pisces. This is in your 12th house, so this is about hospitals, secrets, even spending time alone, maybe even feeling a little down. Your vitality may not be where you would like it. You may just not have enough energy, or feeling like you've not had enough energy, because Neptune will be opposing the Sun the first week in September also. And so for you, this really sort of drains all of the firepower, so to speak, that you have, because Aries really likes to move forward with things. They like to get things done, and this may kind of make you feel a little bit sluggish and slow in certain situations. On September 9th and 10th, Mercury will cross that eclipse degree again, and this is really going to things will begin to move forward then, certainly in your romantic relationship. So all of that energy, that redeciding, chaotic energy that came forward in the first week of September and brought about by that eclipse, you're going to find new ways to sort that out. I feel like this is going to be something that could bring a shock factor from yourself, even perhaps in regard to ninth house matters of legalities, academics, or travel, or transportation. And so it's almost like you didn't quite know something, or you hadn't prepared for something, and then that comes forward. And I think from September 9th or 10th, then you're going to try to find ways to deal with this situation, to make it better, to move forward. You're going to realize that things have changed, and that there is really, you cannot go back to the way that things were, because that's what eclipses do. It highlights things that we couldn't see before, that were in the dark. This eclipse was particularly strong in the United States, and so all along that path of the eclipse within the U.S., things are going to change very much in everyone's personal lives. And for you, this is really about you putting your foot forward in matters regarding children, and even legalities or academics, or matters involving romantic relationships and travel, and legalities and academics. On September 20th, there is a new moon in Virgo. Now, Virgo is the ruler of your 6th house of health, pets, your job, employment, your daily routines. All of this includes you being very productive in life. And so what happens is, on this date, on September the 20th, with that new moon in Virgo, Venus will be crossing the eclipse degree again, bringing up that eclipse information. Now with Venus here, this really helps to heal that energy some, and Venus will reach out to Uranus. This is going to be a pleasant experience for you, I feel like, because you're going to feel like you can finally make headway with certain legalities or transportation issues or academic related matters. Now I have the oracles laid out here for the underlying emotional energy for the month of September, and we're going to go right into that, and then we'll clarify it with the tarot. Now I feel like there's going to be a new perspective that's going to be gained for you, Aries, this month in September. Everyone of every sign is really feeling this energy come forward, and they're going to feel some breakthroughs. Have been some shocking factors there, but they're going to have to find a way to work through these new beginnings. Certainly it brings a period of adjustment, and that's what we're seeing in September. I feel like something is going to suddenly come forward. It could come forward in a romantic relationship where you feel like there's going to be a pause. You weren't expecting this. I feel like this pause in a relationship, but I feel like your focus is on love, but it's also almost like a letting go process, because you're really not understanding, or you haven't understood in the past, how certain matters we're really going to play out, because I feel like there's sudden information coming forward. We have a security breach here, or a matter with a well that comes forward suddenly. but it's like it doesn't make a big enough splash. So maybe you think that things are going to work out, but then there's still like this period of waiting or pause that you were not expecting to come forward. Nevertheless, I feel like you are reaching out to people that you love. You're finding new ways to connect with them, perhaps over the internet, at long distance, that type of thing. But I feel like you weren't expecting like the sudden opportunity for someone coming forward, perhaps that you're romantically related to, or you weren't expecting how things were going to play out in the situation, and it brings about a pause. Let's go right in and look at this new perspective. Certainly this is either in matters related to children or matters with, messages coming from a romantic relationship. Could be some legal paperwork here, or someone brings the truth to you in a way that you did not quite expect, that there was something unknown. And maybe this person, it could be a younger female, could be a air sign, Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, and they are bringing this information to you and you were not expecting it in some way. I feel like for some of you, you're feeling emotionally unfulfilled. Like you're having to let go of something that you didn't want to let go of. But I feel like some of you, this is a cleansing factor, and I feel like you're going to be victorious. I feel a lot of impatience. You guys are impatient by nature, and so I feel like that's what's happening. Like there's sudden upsets, and it's becoming, increasingly frustrating to you, especially in matters involving groups of people or conflicts related to someone you're connected to romantically, perhaps even at a distance. There are some surprise factors there, and trying to get a new beginning off the ground, perhaps even related to travel and family communication and connections, and this is going to take a while. It's going to be stressful. It's going to be a heavy load. Could be a father figure coming up here, or a judge, some sort of authority figure here that's bringing about information related to travel. And I feel like there are reunions and communication here, but I feel like it's about money and people arguing. This could be with a Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius female. So if you are that person, it could be with you. Could be with a mother figure here if you are a younger fire sign. And so because we have the younger fire sign with the older fire sign here in matters related to mothers or home or emotions. And there are some arguments here about money. And I feel like this is about you moving forward and being prepared to travel and just dealing with matters related to reunions. And I feel like this is coming up suddenly with a judge figure here, or a father figure or authority figure. And so that's going to be something you need to figure out. Some of you could be involved with an earth sign, Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo. Could be a younger female. I feel like there's some legal papers here, or documents or academic papers concerning this person. And there's also a truth coming forward by message from this person that changes your perspective about how you're going to be able to move forward with these networkings with other people and family and communication. I feel like the eclipse has you sort of upside down, this energy, perhaps even from the new moon in Virgo on the 20th. I feel like some of you are wanting to move on towards more secure avenues, but there's some anxiety here, perhaps related to an older female figure. And I feel like you're not showing your true face in this matter, especially with people who are holding the purse strings or father figures in certain situations. And it's like there's some sort of disaster that needs to be avoided there, or perhaps that is what is going to come forward. Like it's almost like your heart is not in this matter. You're not connecting emotionally with this situation. So I feel like you're doing all this work to plan this situation, but you're just not, your heart is not in it. It's almost like a dream or something to you. And this could be, the new opportunities of investments. Could be an Aquarius figure here in the limelight, perhaps even with a fire sign or aggressive male. But I feel like there's sort of a death related to this matter. Like you're feeling like this opportunity is not exactly what you want. It could take about 9 months for this situation to unfold. So I feel like give this reading at least 6 months for it to unfold, but it could take 9 months for the situation to unfold. So perhaps you're just embarking on this situation, and you're thinking about the arrangements here that bring pause. And this is about juggling a relationship, certainly, and being victorious in a relationship, new ideals within a relationship. But I feel like someone is manipulating this situation, this arrangement, in the wrong way. You may be feeling trapped because you don't have enough money, and this is what is going to keep you blocked in this pause here. So it's like you thought you could find a way to do all these other things, to work with an authority figure to make headway, perhaps in a relationship, even at a distance, or a relationship with your child, perhaps even with an academic or legal situation. But then some other surprising factor comes up here, and it becomes a more stressful burden than what you or even other people had imagined. And in order to avoid a situation involving something where you could experience loss, or to maintain home security, you're having, suddenly this information comes forward. It's a disappointment, perhaps even with a relationship or with children. And this leaves you feeling, emotionally unfulfilled, because there's going to have to be a pause. Someone is feeling trapped. I feel like you're feeling trapped because you don't have enough money in this situation. And it's like someone is stirring the pot behind the scenes, like they're arranging something with this relationship. Perhaps other people are in control, Aries, and you are not in control of the situation. And that's what you're having to adjust to, that there are just factors that you didn't foresee, perhaps because of the Mercury retrograde where everything was jumbled up. But again, I think you're going to be able to see it from September the 20th forward, probably even as soon as the 10th or 11th, when Mercury retrograde crosses back over that eclipse degree and begins to turn forward. I do want you to watch out next month. There are going to be some relationship battles even between you and someone else, and feeling that matters of home or family or location are stacked against you. There's going to be some stressfulness there. You may feel very uncomfortable in that type of situation in October, or you may find that you are in a stalemate with those subjects in the month of October. I'll talk more about that then. But I wish you the best in the month of September, Aries. I'm sorry, I wish I had some better news for you. I'm going to pull an advice card for you right quick. It says the Cardinal. Now, I know when I see cardinals, this is all about communication. It's a sign from Spirit. And it says the polarities of your spiritual pursuits and physical pleasures are out of balance, so do whatever is necessary to bring them back to equilibrium. Get support from a trusted group of like-minded friends. And keep your sense of humor and don't take things so seriously. So maybe you do need the advice of someone else who can help you with these authority figure related matters in home and family and distance, legalities, or academic situations involving children or romantic partners. Turn to someone else for advice and lighten up a little bit. I think you are going to travel, but I think it's going to take a while for you to make progress in these situations. Could take about 6 to 9 months to finally adapt to newer situations. And again, next month will bring a bit of a battle. So anyway, I wish you the best, Aries. Take care.